It was just another crowded day in Tokyo. Then a monster came crashing into the crowds. The massive creature moved slow, but the destruction? Absolutely devastating. Buildings went down like dominoes. Within a single day, over 1 million casualties. When the Prime Minister heard the news, his first move? Wait. He was hoping America would step in and deal with the monster. But here's the thing. The treaty was clear. Japan had to act first. Only then would the US provide appropriate support. That wording? Clever. It left everything up to the Allies' discretion. The situation was spiraling fast. The Prime Minister bypassed Congress and activated the Emergency Disaster Protocol. But when the military got ready to move, they hit a wall. None of the existing protocols covered this. Even deploying immediately wouldn't undo the damage already done. The truth? The signs were there days earlier. First, red liquid started flooding the underwater tunnel. Experts called it a simple wall crack. Then massive steam erupted from the ocean. They chalked it up to an underwater volcano. It wasn't until the entire ocean turned red that they saw it. A massive tail emerged from the water. Watching the surveillance footage, the experts finally realized something unknown was in the ocean. Nobody knew where this thing came from. It could pose a serious threat to humanity, but the higher-ups, too scared to act. One word from animal rights groups and they'd lose their positions. Plus, the experts insisted the creature was staying in the water, too heavy to support itself on land. Hearing this, the Prime Minister decided on a capture plan. Maybe they could keep it for display. To calm the public, he held an emergency press conference. On camera, he made a solemn declaration. The monster couldn't come ashore. Everyone should stay calm. The moment those words left his mouth, his secretary brought bad news. The creature was already on land, moving up the river. The room erupted into chaos. No time to adjust the strategy. The Prime Minister called an immediate meeting for emergency measures. His orders? Evacuate civilians while sending the military to intercept. When the helicopter squadron arrived, the creature stopped. It had been crawling awkwardly across the ground. Then its hind legs pushed. It stood upright. In an instant, it evolved from an aquatic creature into something that could walk on land. It ignored the helicopters. Instead, it charged toward Tokyo Bay and vanished into the water. Looking at entire city blocks leveled to the ground, people could only pray it wouldn't come back. Some experts thought this might be nature's response to human activity, a consequence of ecological imbalance. To understand what they were really dealing with, scientists needed samples. But all the samples they'd collected, the Americans took them, and the US carrier fleet was pulling out, moving away from the area. Just as the Prime Minister was running out of options, the monster appeared again.